a method of drawing a chart. Couple, see what usually people do these days is they want to, because it's fast food astrology, people just want to, look at the computer or the laptop or their, iPads or whatever, they do it and they read it from that, right? And I always, ever since I've been doing consultations, I always believe in handwritten charts. Okay, always. So I spend about half an hour to 45 minutes with each chart, handwriting. Of course, I use the software. There's no way I'm going to do all those calculations. So I use the software, but I translate all that information and then I add, a few more layers on the handwritten chart. Okay, so let me tell you the process that I follow. So what I do, Kapil, is I always start with putting the swastika at the top of the page.
Okay.
Okay, and there's a method of drawing the swastika as well. I've also made a video on that. I've said you should never cross the lines. That means when you're crossing the lines with the swastika, okay, so what is going to happen is you're going to block the energy from coming. So you can go to my YouTube channel. I've done a video
on the one that you did in New York. On
New York, yeah. Yes. So that's the way I draw the swastika, right?
Okay.
Then I put the details of the person, and then what I do is I do a Koka Kundli, which is an empty Kundli. There's no planets. I don't put any planets. And I write down all the nakshatras and the padas on each side. That's a D1 chart. And within the D1 chart, I always, because I use a South Indian chart. So within the D1 chart, I always put Om. Okay, the symbol of a Om. And then I draw the D9 chart. They do the same thing, Koka Kundli, which is Koka means empty, empty Kundli. Then I draw all the nakshatras in the Navamsha. And then what I used to do.
You said you draw nakshatras, meaning you write them on the side in a column or on the actual
in a column.
In the column.
No, in a column.
Okay.
The chart is here, and in the column I write all the nakshatras. And there is a format in which you put the nakshatras and the lords. Okay, this is very, very important information. And I think for everybody needs to know this, because otherwise, what do people do? They just draw something and they start putting the planets. No, its ascendant is always first. Okay, the sun is second. Then the moon is third. Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, Rahu and Ketu. This is the order that you have to put, besides. Then what I used to do is I chant the mantra of each of the grahas except the lagna or the ascendant. It's a simple mantra, I can chant the mantras so that your viewers can also benefit. Okay, so I chant the mantra, say for this, first I start with the sun. So I chant the mantra for the sun, it's just 2 lines. Okay, and then I place the sun. And in the chart, you always place the sun within the house, you put it at the top corner. Okay, because you're giving it importance within the house, in whichever house it is, you put it at the top.
Okay.
You got it?
So if it's a Kendra, you'll put it right there in the top, not at the bottom.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's what you mean. Okay.
No, not at the bottom.
Okay.
Because you're giving importance to the sun.
Okay.
That's the first planet which goes into the chart, right?
Yeah.
Then you draw the moon. So whichever house moon goes into, you put it at the top. If it is a triangle, you put it at the top, or you put it at the left corner. If it's a South Indian chart, in the house, whatever. Now, suppose if sun and moon are in the same house, so sun comes first,
then moon,
and just below that the moon comes in the same house, right? Then you draw the Mars with the mantra. You say the mantra, then you place the Mars. Then you drew Mercury mantra and you place it. So likewise, you do it Jupiter, then Venus, and Saturn, then Rahu and Ketu, right?
And they all go on top, or maybe Saturn goes in the bottom, or Rahu, they all go on top?
No. Say, suppose in that house there is no other planet. So if Saturn is coming there, it always has to go to the top of the house.
So all planets are on top, pretty much.
In that house.
Oh, in that house.
All
Unless
planets,
you have three planets
in the
like
order this.
Jupiter, Mars, Saturn, so it'll be Mars, Jupiter, then Saturn below.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
One below the other.
Okay.
Okay. So this is predominantly, you need to understand that once you do a chart, this is how you want to put it. That's honoring the planets in the order. So now let me tell you what mantra which goes with it.
Okay.
You know, usually it's a very, very easy mantra. I can start with the sun. The sun's mantra is Japa Kusuma Sankasham Kashyapeyam Mahadyutim Tamorim Sarva Papadnam Pranatosmi Divakaram. That is the sun.
Okay.
Then you have the Chandra. Dadishanka Tusharabham Shirordharnavasambhavam Namami Shashinam Somam Shambhor Mukuta Bhushanam. Then it's Mangal, which is Mars. Dharani Garbha Sambhutam Vidyut Kanti Samaprabham Kumaram Shakti Hastam Cha Tam Mangalam Pranamamyaham. Then it is Mercury or Budh. Priyangu Kalikasyamam Rupena Pratimam Budham Saumyam Saumya Gunopetam Tam Budham Pranamamyaham. Then it is Guru or Jupiter. Devanancha Rushinancha Gurun Kanchana Sannibham Buddhibhutam Trilokesham Tam Namami Brahaspatim. Then it's Shukra or Venus. Himakunda Mrinalabham Daityanam Paramam Gurum Sarva Shastra Pravaktaram Bhargavam Pranamamyaham. Then it is Shani or Saturn. Nilanjana Samabhasham Raviputram Yamagrajam Chaya Marthanda Sambhutam Tam Namami Shaneischaram. Then it is Rahu. Ardhakayam Mahaviryam Chandraditya Vimardhanam Simhika Garbha Sambhutam Tam Rahum Pranamamyaham. And finally, it is Ketu. Palasha Pushpa Shankasham Tarakagrahamastakam Raudram Raudratmakam Ghoram Tam Ketum Pranamamyaham. So with these mantras, what you're doing is when you're putting them in the chart, they are energized, right? Now, I always used to follow this, but I really didn't know, what is the potency of putting them in this order and putting them with the mantras and all of that. So just, 2 days ago, I just got a lovely little cat eye pendulum, if you can see this. Yeah, cat eye pendulum. And then what I did was, before I started doing every chart, I used the Koka Kundli, and then I was looking at, just trying my thing with it. But you have to give instructions to the pendulum. There's a way that the pendulum starts, taking instructions from you. So what I do is, I just put it on my forehead and give it a kiss and say, thank you for guiding me. Let me know what is the energy of this, And then what I do is when I hold this pendulum over the chart, which is the empty chart, then it starts swinging in a particular direction. Now, when I started doing this initially, it wasn't moving. And then what I realized, Kapil, is maybe my energies are not grounded. So what I did was I did a foot bath. I took some Epsom salt, which is magnesium sulfate, put that, and put some Himalayan rock salt, mix it up, sat in put my feet in the foot bath. And then I started using the pendulum again. And that's when the pendulum started, just showing its results. I was amazing because even with the empty chart, it gives you a particular alignment. Either it's moving, top and down, sometimes it's moving sideways, sometimes it's moving in rotations. Then what I did was I started making, what rotation it is making and how much rotation is making. I made a symbol beside the chart, right? And then what I did was after the mantra and after placing the planets, then I again used the same pendulum, and then the energy of the complete chart has changed. Okay, when I put it in the middle of the chart, the energy of the chart is completely changed. It's, if it was swinging straight, up and down, then it just started swinging, in a weird manner, in a different manner. And when I move it to any of the houses, then it will start swinging from that house to another house. Okay, when I started testing the charts of people that I knew, and I hand drew the charts again, and then I started seeing whatever the issues that they were going through the major issues that they're going through in their life, the pendulum was just showing me those houses. It was swinging there, or it was,
Wow.
It's amazing. I was shocked. And I said, I messaged you and I said, Kapil, this is something fantastic. Because why is because I do not know how to see the Shadbala, the strength of the planets. I don't know, the directional strength, this strength, Chestabala, all of that. And I said, So, but when I'm using this, it is kind of giving me, I don't need to know, because once I've done and I energize the planets and put them there, the planets are already active. And maybe even in transit, they are moving. So maybe a transit chart can also give you some clues of what is happening in each of those houses currently.
Okay.
Where is the energy? I think, everybody will have a different experience of drawing charts, and paramparas have different methods of doing it. I mean, this is what, I have been taught, and this is what I've been doing. I never look at a chart which is on a computer or an iPad or whatever. I always have to hand draw the chart, because that's when they communicate, because that becomes your yantra. And surprisingly, wherever I've drawn the swastika, and that's what I started now understanding the power of sacred geometry.
Yeah.
Okay, when I place the pendulum over swastika, Kapil, it will go crazy. It just goes spinning like, it just goes spinning and spinning.
Let me show. So is this how you would draw? So you would go one line here like that. I don't know if you can see it like that. And then you would go one like that.
No, it's only two lines. I'll tell you how to draw it.
Oh, okay.
Maybe let me just take up maybe I'll just do a page.
Wow, how would you draw two lines without crossing?
I'll show you. I'll show you that.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll close all the unnecessary windows which are there on my screen. But I found that it was, even with the chart with the planets, but swastika was like, wow, it was like amazing. The power of swastika.
Yeah.
And think about, things like Sri Yantra or something. Let me just share my screen, Kapil.
Wow, I keep drawing and I cannot get it.
Okay, here. So what I do is just look at this. Can you see my screen?
Yeah.
This is a big. So you start from here. You move towards the left.
Yeah.
Can you move down?
Yeah.
Then you move sideways.
Okay.
And then you move down. It's not perfect, but when you draw it, it will be perfect, right?
Then I see. Okay. Okay.
Okay. Then I start from here. I move down. And here, and here. That's it. So what I do is first you have to put a bindu here, which is like the point.
Okay.
Okay. And then you start from here, and then you join this point, and you come this way, right? And down. Then you start here. Come down,
Okay.
Move towards the bindu, come down. That's it. So there's no crossing of the line. You never cross the line. What happens when you cross is it's actually blocking the energy of the yantra from coming out.
Oh, okay.
Right? So remember, whenever you cross any lines, the bindu, okay, the energy of the bindu is lost. I mean, there is some energy which is blocked. You can try it with pendulums. You do swastika on your own with whatever method and see, and do it with this method and just try it. You might get different results. I just want people to test this.
Okay.
So
now, without the, let's say, if I just printed out a PDF report, the first page that has a chart, and then use the pendulum, have you done that? Does that work or no? Do you have to draw it with the?
No, I have not tested it with the printed sheet. Maybe people can test it, but I've not tested it. But I always hand draw because my teacher always used to say that becomes your yantra. It speaks to you because you are the architect, you are the creator, you are the Brahma of that chart. Because you are you're the Brahma.
I see. You become the architect.
You become the architect of that chart. So then when you are the architect of the chart will start speaking to you in a manner. And that's why whenever I never keep the electronic equipment because it's Rahu. Keep it away. Right? And then you start.
But I thought Rahu is also intuition.
Rahu is intuition, but sometimes it also it's smoky as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So sometimes when you're seeing it from a desktop or a laptop, sometimes it can smoke up some houses or some areas of the native's life.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay. So this is something that I have been doing all throughout. No matter how many charts I do, I have to handle them.
Now, let's say if, like right now you and I are speaking, but let's say if I was to ask you a question, would you have to draw something or can that be used as a prashna as well?
Prashna, absolutely. Prashnas will give you brilliant answers with this pendulum.
So if I was to ask you something, will you be able to do that?
Yeah, I can try.
So I'll ask you a question.
Yeah, but now I don't have the chart, but I'll do it on I'll have to draw the chart, the transit chart. Maybe what we can do is we can do another live session with people. Sometimes you could have your own little bit, your hand could shiver, but you always have to keep it perpendicular. Keep your hand perpendicular.
Okay,
to that, and then try to do it and see how they do. And if nothing is moving, you need to have patience and then watch your breath. Breathe in slowly and breathe out.
Now, are there rules
to it that
you can't put this here, you can't put that there, you can't do this at this time, you can't do that at this time or in this location? Any stipulations you have to follow or no?
I have
or
not
just
had
draw
any...
things and you can put the pendulum anywhere you want?
Yeah. You sit in a comfortable place.
Yeah.
Okay, so that your legs are firmly there on the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, sometimes what happens is your energies are not grounded. Imagine you've gone out, went out playing basketball or something, you come back, because there are a lot of energies around you, right?
You have to be calm.
So the best thing is, you have to be calm. So you can have a shower.
And you can put your hand on the desk like this.
No, because if you do that, then, it's not going to.
Oh.
So when you put it, when I keep it perpendicular, I've tested different angles, but always the perpendicular will give me the right movement.
All right. Wow.
Okay. I think people can have their own, I'm not a dowser. That's what I want to mention, but you can try this and try it. And if it is not moving, maybe try a foot bath, or have a saltwater bath, because that's removing all the negative, energies that you have.
Oh, okay.
Because when there's so much of energies, then those energies are also influencing, isn't it?
Yeah, that is very true. So just take like a bath or put your feet in that Himalayan water.
Yeah, or Himalayan water or Epsom salt. What is Epsom salt? Magnesium sulfate.
Okay. Perfect.
Or walk on grass. Walk on grass, barefoot. That is grounding. It grounds your energy.
I've got dog shit all over my grass, so I'll be getting a lot of smelling energy.
I think your wife is going to ground you then. She won't let you get back to...
I'll have to do it in the front. Your backyard is all shit.
But try with this. Try this. Try
Yeah,
this. I
no,
think I
I
want
will.
to tell everybody, try
It's
this.
funny you
This is
say that. My
fascinating.
wife actually has it. My wife has it. She has a triangular one.
Anything,
And
anyone,
she uses
anyone.
that. Yeah.
So try it, on charts.
Perfect.
Try it without the mantras, try it with the mantras, try it with the empty chart. See, because what I have seen is the swing changes when, things are changed.
Okay. And are you going to have any course on this? Any teachings on this going on, or
Nothing.
nothing?
I
Any other
just wanted to
course going
share.
on right now? The people.
Currently we see what we're trying to do now, Kapil, is many people have been asking us. So we said, let's start a research seminar. So that's something which is up now. Every fourth Friday evening, Eastern time, US time, around 8:30 or something. We'll have this weekly or monthly webinars on research, nakshatra-based research. So people can join that nakshatra-based. It's for 12 months, and currently we're promoting that. We have the astronomy for astrologers course, which is going on, but that is only, we have 2 more classes left. We are almost 3/4 over.
Okay.
Three quarters is over. As by Dr. Aditya Togi, that's going on. But there are more courses coming up, but this is something that I have not thought about, whether should I do this as a course or whatever. But I just wanted to share this with everybody because I know people usually look at computers or laptops. I want people to start hand-drawing
doing it the old school way. That's what those astrologers is brilliant.
Yeah.
Wasn't it also SK Mehta drew a chart on some leaf?
Yes.
And looked at what did he use? Did he use just a paper, or what type of a?
I don't know. I've heard from people. That's what, but I don't know what exactly he used. But I've gone through many of these conch shell. The Kerala-based astrologers in South India who uses the shells and the Kori shells. This is called the Kori. The Kori shells.
Yeah.
Yeah, Koris. Yeah. They use the Kori shells, and I have seen 2 of them. They have a mobile phone. They have an app which is download, and they use the chart from the app. When you give the detail, they actually do that, and then they have a sheet of paper and they draw it there, and then they use the Kauri, and then they look at the chart and they look at the Kauri, because Kauri also has a chart there. Okay, and they place. So 2 things what I observed from them, and then I understood is whenever it was Capricorn or whenever it was Pisces, he would always say the result was no. I mean, I was just observing. I don't know what he was using. But then I asked him. He said, because, when it is Capricorn, it's Makar. Makar means crocodile.
It's got it.
Yeah. So whenever you ask a question and the Lagna comes as crocodile, he will say, maybe it's not great success. Or he might say, ask me another question. So he'll then change the positions. So whenever it is Pisces as well, I've seen him in Prashna. And we asked, when I asked him what he said was Pisces is like 2 fishes going. So it's like they're literally fighting for each other. You see the Pisces is like one fish is going after the other.
In this way, like this.
Yeah, like this, yeah. So he says you will never get a solution. It's like you'll be going in circles.
Wow.
So you ask them a question on Prashna. If it is Makar, you'll say, oh, it's like a crocodile, so it'll cut you. Or whenever it is Pisces, he'll always say, oh, you'll be going in circles.
Oh, wow. Okay. Interesting to know that now too.
So these are the 2 things that I've seen in Prashna, but there might be so many techniques. I don't know, but I was just observing when we were asking the Prashna and what he was doing. And because we knew, Jyotish, you could ask him, what is that you're doing? Why when this Lagna came, you change your... And then he explained to us.
Okay.
Makar and Pisces.
Perfect. Any tidbit on a nakshatra quick? Something we should know.
Okay, I think, this is something that I'm going to talk about in Sedona. Thanks to Dennis. He's invited me and Eve to do a workshop at Sedona this year.
Okay.
And we're going to talk about unequal division of nakshatras, which is the age-old nakshatra system of Garga Rishi And we do not know much about it. We are going to research this entire year before we come to Sedona. I'll tell you briefly so that, this is a nakshatra tidbit. And we are all testing. The PI team is testing. A lot of people are testing that I've told them. And this was from a very old book that I got this. And this was mentioned by N.C. Lahiri. Okay, N.C. Lahiri is famous for the Lahiri.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I've had his books. I think I should have his books even now. Yeah.
So N.C. Lahiri, in this book, which was from Kolkata, written in maybe 1909, it was based on Hindu astronomy. And in that he writes that he has come across one system which was used by Bhaskaracharya. It was a 7th century astronomer as well as a mathematician. Okay, so he has referred. He comes from the Aryabhatta school of thought, a great another. So he said that there was a system which was lost, a system of nakshatra which was lost completely, and there was no Rashi-based system. So in that system, I've also given this in my ebook on the nakshatras, the research. They believe that it was that system, the original system, which was used by Gargarishi himself, way before the Rashi system came in. And in this new system, it is astonishing that 15 nakshatras were of equal length. And they were 13 degrees, 10 minutes, and 35 seconds. 15 nakshatras. Then there were 6 nakshatras, which were half the length, half of this full length. Okay. And then there were 6 nakshatras, which were,
twice the length, I think.
1.5 times the length.
1.5 times. Okay.
Okay, of the normal length.
Yeah.
And then there was Abhijit, which is normally whatever you say, 4 degrees and something, 15 minutes or whatever it is, the balance. So which were those nakshatras? It was very astonishing when we saw this. We were sitting, it was me, Eve, Aditya, and Santip. I told them about this. What do they think? And, all of them were like, oh, this is fantastic. Because Aditya was thinking like an astronomer. He was thinking, would it make any difference in the yoga taras, with this new system? And Eve was like completely baffled. She said, yes, look at the world. The world is nothing. There's nothing which is, equal. Everything is asymmetrical.
Everything is asymmetrical. Yeah.
Asymmetrical. Even your face, your right side of your nose might be slightly different.
Oh, I've done that in Photoshop. I've tried to do that. And I look like an alien. If I take one half of my and put it there, it's a completely different look.
Absolutely. So when we're following, I think we must have adopted the equal division of nakshatras is just because for the ease of use for the calendar, the Vedic calendar. And this might be the original calendar, we never know. But we do not have concrete sources other than that, which Lahiri has mentioned, and maybe we need to go and do more research there. But whenever we're seeing, we did this with Cosmic Insights. I had the Cosmic Insights team build this internally, not on the software now, we have not made it live. And we tested it, some of the nakshatras, and you won't believe it. Which were the nakshatras which are half the length? Bharani, Ardra, Ashlesha, I think it was Jyeshta, Shatabhishak, and Mula, if I'm right. But it's Bharani, Ardra, Ashlesha is definitely there, and Shatabhishak is there. Sorry, all the Rahu nakshatras. Swati is there. So all the Rahu nakshatras, okay, Bharani and Ashlesha, and then one more. I could be Jyeshta or Mula, one of them.
Okay.
Right? All Rahu nakshatras are half the length, which is, Ardra, Swati, and Shatabhishak are half the length, which means maybe the rishis found that they shouldn't be giving too much importance there. And which were the nakshatras which were 1.5 times the length? It was all the Sthira nakshatras or the Dhruva nakshatras that we found, which is Rohini. Okay, Rohini was one of them. All the Purva nakshatras. Sorry, Sthira is all the Uttara nakshatras, which means Uttara Falguni, Uttara Shada, and Uttara Bhadrapada.
Okay.
with that, there was Punarvasu and Vishaka. So there were two planets of Jupiter ruled, which is Punarvasu and Vishaka, and Rohini, and all the Uttara nakshatras, Uttara Falguni, Uttara Bhadrapada, and Uttarashada. And Uttarashada, Uttara Bhadrapada, all the Uttara nakshatras and Rohini are called as Stira nakshatras, which means, or Dhruva, which means permanent, fixed. Whenever you do activities, when the moon is transiting, you do activities in these nakshatras, they give you fixed results, which means you want to make, you want to move to a new house, move always in a fixed nakshatra because you want to, live in this house, or you want to start a new job, the permanent nakshatras would be better. If you're taking up a sales job, then a Chara nakshatra would be better, because that's movable, Chara.
Okay.
If you're buying a car, always buy it in a Chara nakshatra.
Yeah.
If you're getting a dog home, buy it in a Chara nakshatra because that's movable, isn't it? You're bringing a movable thing back home. Cars, animals, pets, all in Chara.
Okay.
So we have a tester system, and it's surprising that Gargarishi must have given it 1.5, and that's why you see that. So when you go through the system, Kapil, you will be baffled. Many of the nakshatras that you're believing they might be different. But now the greater challenge is how to use the system without rashis.
Without rashis,
without padas.
Oh yeah, because you're gonna need a new system then. Like it won't be the same that we use right now.
So we don't know what was the system, and we're just trying to test and see what.
Okay.
We're gonna present our results in the Sedona conference this time.
Okay. Great. I'll be there. So thank you, Dr. Arjun Pai, for again dazzling us, and hopefully people will now try this and try the authentic way of doing the horoscope. So
try this. I just want to say, and you might have different experiences, and people might come back and give us some fantastic reviews about how to do this.
Absolutely.
Do it with the current transit chart. Might give you because you can actually see what is happening in the world. You can see, look at the news, what is happening, and look what houses are it's activating.
Absolutely. Yeah, you just said it. Yeah. Great.
Thanks, Kapil.
So much, Dr.
Thank you.